The evolution of your marketing will be the catalyst for the evolution of your business, and the evolution of your business will provide you with the freedom to focus on the evolution of your life. This is Evolved Marketing with Andre and Brian.
Welcome back to another episode of Evolve Marketing Podcast. Now, today's episode is a little special, a little different than the episodes that you guys are used to watching because today is just me. My name is Andrei Yermejev and I will be your only host today. So, today we wanted to have like an episode, me, Brian, and a wonderful guest, but unfortunately, we didn't plan accordingly. I guess you can say that. We have vacations planned. Brian is gone this whole week, and then I'm gone next week for about a week and a half. So everything kind of like happened all at once. But we are still here giving you guys one episode every single week. Next week you have Brian. He'll be giving you guys an amazing episode, just himself. But we are still consistent enough that we want to be present for you guys as well and not miss anything that any week that we want to miss, right? So today is going to be a little bit different, just how I said in the beginning. I'm going to basically talk about a lot of different topics that I just wrote down on my notebook. And since it's just me, it's basically going to be a little faster. It's a little faster pace. I'm going to jump from topic to topic. And yeah, that way we have an amazing episode. I'm going to give you guys a lot of good strategies. It's going to be almost like a training, almost like a module in a course. But yeah, hope you guys bear with me. And yeah, the first thing that we're going to talk about is going to be how it felt to get your first commission. When I first started I started this business in December of 2020, right? Not knowing anything about this business, not knowing anything literally about making money online, any other side hustle. I used to work in the restaurant for so many hours a week. I will get home and I still don't have enough money. I don't have money. I don't have energy to be with the family. I didn't have anything basically. So I just started working really hard at the restaurant just to pay the bills, basically, just to get the next promotion. And I was not able to accomplish that next promotion that I was trying to get. But yeah, I kept working. It wasn't happening. So I was like, okay, what else can I do, right? Like if something's not working, what else can I do? And then that's when I found this amazing opportunity, this online business, which is called affiliate marketing. So I decided to go all in. Now, when I say go all in, it doesn't mean I quit my job right away. That's not what I'm saying. But yeah, I decided to put my head down and focus on this business aside from my full-time job, right? So I took the training, the 15-day challenge by Legendary Marketer, which I recommend to any beginner out there to start with that training. So I started realizing that this is possible. You are able to make money online. And that training, of course, it explained so well. So yeah, after a couple weeks, I actually got my first commission. My first commission was actually $2.80. I know what you're thinking. $2.80 is not that much, but when it's something that is extra. You're so used to getting paid the same amount of money every single week, every single month, and you also see that same amount of money leave your bank account so fast because you have to pay all the bills, right? Like bills are not just automatic. So that anything a little extra like that $2.80, yes, it's not that much. It didn't make a difference right there and then, but it gave me the motivation to keep going. It gave me the motivation to get the momentum that I needed to get to the next level. My first commission was 2 weeks in. Okay, so that was 2 weeks in. That was my first commission. It felt amazing. I was like, yes, this thing works, because at that time I wasn't 100% sure that it was gonna work, right? But then I found out that it was working, and my mind was blown right there when I made those $2.80. So I just started getting consistent. I started posting videos every single day. And the strategy was TikTok back then. That was literally the only platform I had. That account that I had, my first account, it only grew to like 20,000 followers, I believe, or maybe 30,000 followers. But I was just on that account for 6 months, right? I was working on that account for 6 months, and it didn't grow as much as other people accounts were growing. but I was getting sales. Those consistent sales actually helped. One thing that I did back in 2020 was I was able to get my 1,000 followers, and I was going live every single day after work or before work. But I was going live for at least an hour every single day. And every time I went live that hour, I was getting sales those days. So that's something that you guys can implement too. So talking about momentum, I kept posting every single day until I reached my first high ticket sale. Now, getting small sales, right? Like small amount of sales, like $280 or $2.80, sorry, $3, $7, $18. But then when you get your first high ticket commission, in this case, my first high ticket commission was $1,000, and it just blew my mind, right? So I'm used to working 40 plus hours a week, and every 2 weeks my paycheck will look like 1,200 to all the way to maybe 1,800 every 2 weeks. So I was getting paid around 3,000 a month. Okay, working like just how I said, 40 plus hours a week. I'm working overtime too. So getting paid $3,000, like bringing home $3,000 a month. That's after taxes, okay? And then getting a high ticket commission of $1,000 in one single morning, one single sale, it just blew my mind. That's when everything started switching, and I was like, okay, this is possible. If I keep this momentum, I'm gonna get to the point where I'm gonna make way more money than my full-time job. And that's exactly what I did. That's exactly what I wanted to do. Um, I kept going, right? The momentum was building up. My second month, I got my first high ticket commission. My third month, I got two high ticket commissions. By my fourth month, I got two more high ticket commissions. By my fifth month, that was actually my lowest month. My fifth month, I didn't make any high ticket commission, but I believe it was $400. Now, by this moment, I had realized that the business works, right? Because I was getting the income, that extra income. So instead of me getting the second job, I was getting that income instantaneously, basically, from this online business. So at that point, I was really just fed up with my work. They were switching my schedule every single week. I couldn't plan something with my family because I needed to fix my schedule accordingly to them, because they didn't have like a work life balance. Everything was basically work balance. So if you're not at work, you gotta be thinking about work. If you have planned something, you can plan ahead basically, because then your schedule might change, because at that time things were really bad with staffing. So they were basically sending me to different restaurants just so I can operate, and just so I can run the business for the night or for the day. So it was really tough. But yeah, that momentum got me to basically getting a few high ticket commissions. By my fifth month, that was my lowest month, but I was just super fed up, and I was like, I'm done with this. So I decided to there. That's when I decided to go all in, because I was getting some money on the side, but it wasn't substantial, right? And then my 6, 7 month came in, and by the ending of my seventh month, I was able to make my first six figures online. Now, my full time job, I was making around 40. No, I was making around 50 to 60 thousand dollars a year before taxes. Okay, now making six figures in 7 months with a side job, a side business, a side online business, it was life changing, right? So since then, I was able to pay my house, I was able to pay my debt, I paid off my cars, and it basically literally changed my life, right? Like it gave me the head start that I always seeked, the head start that I always wanted, to get to the point where, wow, this is possible, and now I'm able to live out of this. So I haven't had a job in like over 2 years. I haven't had a boss except my wife in like over 2 3 years. So it's been such an amazing journey so far. But now that's basically how it feels about getting your first high ticket commission, right? The first one is always it's gonna hit. It might be quick, it might take forever, but as soon as it hits, you utilize the momentum in order for you to keep getting more commissions and all the way to your first high ticket commission. Now let's talk about a little bit about the TikTok strategy that I was using. Not that I was using back then, because what I was using back then doesn't really work today. Okay, so right now I'm gonna give you the strategy that works for TikTok today. Now, the first thing that people or anybody online has thinks about, right? Is how am I gonna put my link in my bio if I don't have the 1,000 followers on your account? And the thing about it is that you could be making sales even if you don't have your 1,000 followers. Okay, a lot of people get so fixed in that, okay, it's gonna be way too hard for me because I don't have 1,000 followers. They get fixated on that, and honestly, that's not the way to go. Okay, any little excuse, especially when you're a beginner, your mind will trick you to make every little excuse something huge, or any little problem into something that is way more than it's supposed to be. Okay, it's almost as like you tend to overcomplicate yourself always. Okay, and it's just not just me, it's not just you listening, it literally happens to every single person. Okay, so it's something that is normal. You just have to shake it off and move forward to the next thing. Now, the 1,000 followers, the best way that I found for people to get the 1,000 followers right now, the strategy is to do some side hustle videos, right? Like do some clickbaity videos, but not to the point where you're misleading people. Okay, you're not, do it to the point where you're giving people information, you're giving people skills. Okay, I can give you an example. We have some previous guests. Let's say I'm gonna choose Becca as an example. Okay, she might make a video like it's really well about, let's say, Netflix. That Netflix will pay you blah 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 to work from home, and it will make you. Now in reality, I don't think Becca has done the side hustle, okay? But she's giving you good information about something that can work for you. So that's one way of doing it. But another route that I feel like it works better, it's from another person that we had his content as well. He's also a previous guest. His name is Tyler Wise. If you want to listen to that episode, you'll be able to check it out in previous episodes. But the way he gives information, the way he gives, yes, they are clickbaity videos, okay? 100% they are. But he's also educating people. He's giving away so many tools. For example, he made a video about AI. Where can you find things that AI can help you with your business? And he just listed every little website that it could be helpful for somebody. Let's say you need graphics for your business. AI can literally make you graphics for your business even by you just typing and telling AI what to do. Right? So that's an example. So what Tyler did on this type of content, yes, it was super clickbaity, but it was useful. It wasn't just like, okay, clickbaity, I'm gonna like your video and I'm gonna um, repost it and comment on the video and check your link on your bio. That's not what it was. This one was actually useful, where people were saving the video, were sharing the video, and that made his account blow up and go viral. Okay, so making clickbaity videos, there's two ways of making clickbaity videos, like how I said, the side hustle videos, or like the tools that people will need that are actually helpful for them. Okay, now I mentioned that for Instagram it's really, sorry, for TikTok it's hard to make a sale because you don't have your 1,000 followers. Well, that's not the case, because we have other platforms out there like Instagram, right? So what you should be doing is your call to action on your TikTok account should always be, not always, before you have the 1,000 followers, it should always be, follow me on Instagram or send me a message on Instagram. And then what you're doing right there is that you're able to actually link your TikTok on the Instagram account. Okay, so sorry, you're able to link your Instagram account on your TikTok account. So when you have somebody read your description on your TikTok account and you're telling them to follow you on Instagram or to send you a message on Instagram, they'll be able to see the logo, the icon of the Instagram on the TikTok. So then they'll be able to just click on that. The app will transfer them to the Instagram app, and then from there they can easily send you a message. And that's how the conversations actually start on Instagram. Okay, now the cool thing about Instagram is that you can put your link to your domain in your Instagram, so you're able to put your link on your bio right away from Instagram. So that's something that you can do to get sales even if you don't have the 1,000 followers on TikTok. Okay, so yes, create content on TikTok, stay consistent, at least 3 videos every single day. Just edit it on TikTok. You don't have to get fancy with it. If you don't have the followers, and you want to get people excited, people quick, followers basically, and likes and comments and stuff like that, I would recommend making those clickbaity videos. But once you start getting a following and you start getting traction, then I want you to move into affiliate marketing videos, because those are the ones that are going to convert more people with the business. Okay. Now, once you send somebody from TikTok to Instagram, now what is the strategy for Instagram, right? Now, the cool thing about Instagram is that you can get your link on your bio right away. You can utilize your stories. You can create reels. Okay. So now, when you download a video from TikTok, you have to download it without the watermark. Now, the website that I use, and I've been using it for a long time, is snaptic.app. Okay, so that's the website that I've been using, and it's a website, it's not an app. So if you don't go to the app store and look for it, just go online on your regular browser. You go to snaptic.app, and then you'll be able to download the watermark from the TikTok video, and from that video you can just post it on Instagram. Okay, now something cool that I'm gonna tell you guys is, when you repost that video on Instagram, make sure that Instagram, you're utilizing a trending sound from Instagram. Now, if you go to your Instagram account, how do you know when a sound is trending, right? So when a sound is trending, you'll be able to see a little arrow going to the top right of your phone next to the name of the sound. Okay, so if you are scrolling through Instagram and you see that next to the sound there's an arrow going diagonal to the top right of your phone, then that means that's a trending sound. And what you can do is you can go to the sound, you can utilize the sound, but when you're about to post a video, lower the sound of the music that you just added, because the TikTok video already has a sound, right? But what you're doing in this case, you are tricking the Instagram algorithm that you're using a trending sound from Instagram, but in reality you are just using it. You lower the volume all the way to like 1%, and then you put the volume for the original video, the one from TikTok, all the way up. That way the same sound transfers from TikTok, but you're utilizing an Instagram trending sound. So I used to not do this for my account, for one of my accounts that I have on Instagram, and it was getting good views, but just by itself without using it, right? But then it got to the point where I realized that I wasn't getting any new followers. Like, none of my non-followers were watching my videos, and the reason why I found this out is because I was looking at my analytics on Instagram, and I could see that I was not getting reached by many new people. So when I checked that, it opened my eyes, and I was like, okay, well, I need to change my marketing. I need to change my strategy with Instagram. So then I started playing with the trending sounds on Instagram, and then as soon as I did that, I was getting way more people that were not followers viewing my videos. So this strategy does work, especially if you have a small account. Okay. Now, Instagram is all about engagement. Okay, now how do you trick the Instagram algorithm? How do you trick the Instagram algorithm for you to get more followers? Okay, now how do you do that? And then the easiest thing to do, think about, is the thing that I say about engagement. Okay, how can you get people to interact with your account? How can you, these are things that you gotta ask yourself, how can you get people to interact with your account? How can you get people to stay in your profile for as much time as possible as you can? Okay, and then the simple answer to this is your stories and your story highlights. Okay, so now if you have an Instagram account that doesn't get much engagement, you have to think about, okay, am I posting stories enough? Now, am I posting engagement stories enough? Am I posting story highlights? Am I posting just reels? Am I posting just regular posts? Instagram gives you a lot of different things that you can utilize in order for you to make your first sale. Now, how do you trick the Instagram algorithm? Okay, there's different ways. Okay, the longer you make your highlights, your story highlights on your profile, that means the longer people are going to stick on your profile. So let's say you have a story highlight about Q&A, about questions and answers. If you do Q&A every day for a week, you're going to have so many slides to put on your story highlights. Now, people are going to be interested in these highlights because when they click on one, they'll be able to see all the tabs of every single highlight or story that you have put on your Instagram, according if you have put it on the story highlight. So when that happens, that person has, if they click on one, they have so many tabs to get through, to get to the next highlight or to finish the highlight. Okay, so that's when you're tricking, because while they're pressing and they're tapping on the screen, that person is still on your profile, and that's giving basically points for the Instagram algorithm for your account to blow up. Okay, so that's one way. Another way is utilizing your stickers, on your stories. It could be utilizing the polls. It could be utilizing the questions. It could be you putting a link on your stories. It could be doing um, putting the link, doing the polls, doing the questions. You can put locations, and then many other stickers that you can also do. There's another sticker that you can swipe to the right, and then like a bar builds up, so it gives you engagement. There's another one that you can put an emoji, and you can click on it, and then it will give like a bunch of interaction with the post. So all of those things you have to think about when you put a story on your Instagram story. Okay, and then don't worry about Facebook stories, because you can also link it up, so everything that you put on your Instagram will transfer to Facebook, so you don't have to worry about that. So that's another way to get people to stay on your profile. Now I want to talk a little bit about call to actions. So now let's say you make a reel, and we're still in the same topic. We're still in the topic of how to trick the Instagram algorithm. Okay. Now the next thing that you guys have to do to trick the algorithm is your call to actions, right? You need to have a call to action in your description. My call to action is send me a message, any type of keyword. Okay. Now my call to actions on my videos are leave a comment. Okay, so now you're leaving a comment, so the person can leave a comment. And now what you're doing right there, you're sending people to different areas of your account. You're sending people, maybe they come from your stories, you're sending them to comment on your video. Then you're sending them to, okay, send me a message. Now let's say somebody watches your video, and then that person comments on your video. Then that person is gonna interact with your video. Maybe they'll like it already. So that's two interactions right away with one person. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna respond to that comment, and you're gonna be like, hey, I either send you a message, or can you please send me a message? Okay. Now what's the person gonna do? The person's gonna check the messages, and they're gonna check if you send them a message or not, right? So now what happens right there? You just took a person from your story to watch a video, to leave a comment, to then send you a message. You get me? So you just send a person, and maybe while that person was sending a message, the person was actually looking at your story highlights while waiting for your reply. So you see how many steps that person did in your profile, and that's what Instagram wants to see. That's what Instagram is all about. How many people can interact with your account? How can you get somebody to stick in your account as long as possible? And then after that, what are you gonna be doing? You're gonna be having an actual conversation with the person, right? So now you're gonna be go back and forth with the person through messages, and then at the end of the message, you are gonna send them the link to your funnel, the link to your funnel, to your affiliate page or whatever you're promoting, right? So when you send that link to that, then that person clicks on that link, and guess what? That person, Instagram is amazing, because Instagram will open up your browser on Instagram, so you don't have to change apps, right? Now, while that app is already open on Instagram, you're still on that person's profile. So look at that, how many minutes that person has been lurking through your profile, basically. And that's just one person. Imagine if one video goes viral, you have so many people doing that. That's just gonna uh, activate the Instagram algorithm, and it's gonna push your content to so many other people. And that's exactly what you wanna do, basically, to get more sales with your Instagram. Okay. Now it gets to the point where you are gonna make money. Okay, you will make money if you just follow everything that you learn from the programs that you're promoting. If you ask for help, there's a lot of help out there, and hopefully this podcast as well is actually helping you too. But yeah, there's gonna get a point where you're gonna feel like I'm done, like I'm ready to quit my job, or I'm ready to go all in with my online business. But when is the right time, right? The right time for me, yes, I was making good money with affiliate marketing, but I wasn't making enough, I guess you can say. Like I wasn't making in like substantially more than my full-time job, right? Right when I decided to quit. But at that moment, I had the support of my wife, I had the support of my daughter, of course, and I just knew and I believed in myself. So that was really important. Something huge that happened to me was I believed in myself, and that's when I decided to go all in and basically quit my job. Right now, things are gonna be different for you guys too. So the question that you have to ask yourself is, when should you quit your job, right? And then, was I scared? Yes, I was pretty terrified to actually quit my job, because that's all I knew. I was at that job for 8+ years, and even though it was scary and a little nerve wracking doing or making the leap, I had the support of my family members and I believed in myself. So that's why I was able to accomplish everything that I was accomplished, right? But it doesn't mean that you are gonna quit your job right away. Maybe those are not your goals, Maybe you just want to get out of debt, Maybe you just want to get that head start that I got when I first started my business, right? But because there is people out there that they have good jobs, okay, but it's also a good job doesn't get you out of that situation that you are in, you know so little by little I was able to just go all in, work hard, and quit my job. So that's something that I did. Hopefully you guys are able to do the same. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this training. I know you guys are probably surprised that Brian is not here, but don't worry, guys. Next week, Brian will give you guys an amazing episode as well. Yeah, maybe 2 weeks from now, mid July, we'll be back with guests. Yeah, well, I don't think we have any more vacations planned after that. So we'll be basically here, giving you guys episodes weekly. Like always, we haven't really missed a week since we started in November of last year. Wow. And July, August, September, October, November. Then it's almost gonna be 5 months more, and then we're gonna hit 1 year. So that's an amazing accomplishment. And yeah, we're doing this for you guys. So if you guys please go to YouTube, check out the videos, leave a comment or anything, leave a review as well. That way, this podcast grows. And yeah, the more people we have in this podcast, that more people will learn from us and from you guys as well. So yeah, we'll see you guys next week on another episode of the Evolve Marketing Podcast.